Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Paul Merson says Arsenal star Granit Xhaka has turned up now. Paul Merson has heaped praise on Arsenal star Granit Xhaka for the improvement he has shown over the last few months. The Swiss international was constantly at the end of criticism in his first few years as a gunner. He was even close to leaving the club at one point, but he is now one of the first names on the team sheet every single week. Mikel Arteta decided a few months ago that Xhaka is much better suited to a number 8 role. He has been given a lot of freedom to push forward since the start of the campaign, and that is proving to be a masterstroke. Xhaka has scored 4 goals already this season. That's more than one he has managed in each of the last 3 campaigns combined. He has been fantastic so far, and Merson's really impressed. The Pundit believes that Xhaka has really turned up now. He thinks the Swiss international does not get enough credit for the job he does in the middle of the park for Arsenal. Merson wrote in his column on Sportskida, Granit Xhaka is playing for Arsenal now like he does for Switzerland. I used to watch him play for his national team and wonder why he couldn't play like that for Arsenal. He has turned up now, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. He plays for his manager, and he's always been one of the first names on the team sheet. Arsenal are currently on top of the Premier League table, and Xhaka is one of the biggest reasons why. The likes of Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and William Saliba have earned a ton of plaudits from fans, pundits and the media, but Xhaka's performances have been just as good, if not better. The £100,000 a week midfielder's new position has made it extremely hard for opponents to contain the Gunners. He has made them really dangerous in attack, and if he keeps going, he could well end the season with 10 goals or more. Arsenal take on Nottingham Forest next, and Xhaka is a guaranteed starter. He'd surely love to score again. Jamie Carragher seriously impressed with Arsenal defender Ben White. Jamie Carragher has told Sky Sports that Arsenal defender Ben White has to be considered for the England World Cup squad this winter. White seems to be on the periphery of things with the Three Lions right now. However, with the crisis of the right side of defense threatening to undermine Gareth Southgate's side's campaign, White's name has been mentioned again. White was one of the unexpected names in the England squad for Euro 2020, but despite good form for Arsenal, he's failed to kick on at international level since. But speaking to Sky Sports Football's YouTube channel, Jamie Carragher believes White has to be considered. I think the two that stand out are Maddison and Ben White. Ben White, the form he has shown in the Arsenal team this season, and the fact we have problems at right back and a right-sided centre-back, Carragher said. If we play 3 at the back, he is more of a right-sided centre-back than a wing-back, but he's got forward of light and created goals. He is a really cool and calm footballer, which makes him more suited to international football as well. White has been a regular for Mikel Arteta's table-topping Arsenal this season. The Gunners spent £50 million to sign White from Brighton. It seems so bizarre that White isn't even a certainty for the squad, given he plays into positions that Southgate relies on a lot. His exclusion would be odd. Certainly this season, he's shown how good he is, especially if England needs to play 3 at the back. White can slot into that right centre-back role and show his class. There isn't really a lot more Ben White can do though. He is playing well and regularly for the team at the top of the Premier League. If that isn't enough, then it might never be. Fabrizio Romano says Arsenal are eyeing up a January signing for Danilo from Palmeiras. One player who could join the club is a Brazilian midfielder Danilo. He has been linked with a move to the Gunners before. Indeed, he's said to have a whopping £86 million release clause in his Palmeiras contract. And writing in his regular out-of-sight column this week, Fabrizio Romano has said Danilo is a name who keeps cropping up for Arsenal. Albeit there are no talks right now, he believes. There is ongoing speculation about who Arsenal could look to sign in midfield this January, and one name I'm seeing more about is Danilo of Palmeiras, Romano said on Count Offside. Danilo is one of the players Arsenal have been following for a long time. He was also discussed internally last summer, but at the moment there are no talks ongoing. We'll see if that changes, but for now, I take any rumors of negotiations or bids with a pinch of salt. There is no smoke without fire, as they say, and this one seems to have rumbled on long enough for it to hold some substance. Danilo certainly looks a quality player. The problem for Arsenal is if Palmeiras insist on that mammoth release clause, he'd suddenly be a record buy, eclipsing the £72 million bid for flop winger Nicolas Pepe. Of course, it's unlikely Arsenal will pay that amount, but you never know in football, and the price could be one reason why this deal hasn't quite got over the line just yet. Fabrizio Romano says Arsenal have an absolutely great opportunity to land Youri Tielemans. Fabrizio Romano believes Arsenal should pounce on the great opportunity to sign Leicester Citys Yerry Mina next year. The Transfer Insider provided an update on the latest transfer talk involving the Gunners in his latest Out of Sight column. Arsenal were heavily linked with Tielemans all summer, with the player reportedly open to a move to the Emirates Stadium, but in the end, the Gunners opted not to swoop for the Belgium international, whose contract expires next season. Leicester are struggling this season, sitting bottom of the Premier League table. Despite this, Tielemans has still managed to weigh in with 2 goals and an assist. As things stand, the 25-year-old is still in line to leave next year, with his deal expiring next summer. Romano, writing on Out of Sight, played down the speculation linking Arsenal with Danilo. He then gave his personal opinion about Tielemans, saying he'd be a good shoot for the Gunners or any other suitors. There is ongoing speculation about who Arsenal could look to sign in midfield this January, wrote Romano, and one name I'm seeing more about is Danilo. Personally, I think Youri Tielemans coming towards the end of his contract is a great opportunity on the market for Arsenal and any other club. They decided not to pay for him this summer, but let's see if their plans change if or when he becomes a free agent. Tielemans has been superb for Leicester since joining from Monaco back in 2019. The 25-year-old has made 185 competitive appearances for the Foxes, registering 35 goals and 31 assists. Tielemans scored the winner for Leicester in the 2021 FA Cup final. The incredible talent has also won 54 caps for Belgium, including at the 2018 World Cup and Euro 2020. Arsenal, one of 3 Premier League clubs interested in Gustav Isaksen. Arsenal are one of 3 clubs interested in Midland winger Gustav Izaksen, with Newcastle and West Ham also keeping tabs on the youngster. Izaksen has gotten off to an excellent start to the season for Midland, scoring 7 goals. At just 21-year-old, Izaksen has already made 80 appearances for his club, an incredible achievement for somebody his age. The young winger is now attracting interest from a host of clubs, according to Calcio Mercato. The report claims that AC Milan, Arsenal, Newcastle and West Ham are all interested in signing Izaksen. Midland will reportedly demand in the region of €20 million for the youngster. It's no surprise to see Arsenal linked with yet another young, up-and-coming star. Since Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar began working together, Arsenal have centered their recruitment around youth. Not only have they recruited multiple young players in the last few years, but Arteta has also shown faith in his current crop of players, giving the likes of Gabriel Martinelli and William Saliba an extended run in the team. Arsenal told to sign informed Chelsea target Leandro Trossard. Former Tottenham defender Alan Hutton has backed Arsenal to sign Brighton and Hove Albion forward and rumoured Chelsea target Leandro Trossard. Earlier this month, the Mirror reported that Trossard would be open to reuniting with the Blues boss Graham Potter. The duo worked together at Brighton for 3 years before Potter moved to Stamford Bridge last month. However, Chelsea could face competition from La Liga giants Atletico Madrid for his signature. The Daily Mail has since reported that Arsenal are also in the running to sign Trossard, whose current deal with the Seagulls expires next summer. Hutton believes the Belgian could be a good signing for the Gunners and told Football Insider, "He has a good season so far for Brighton. I think he is definitely that type of profile that Arsenal look at. He likes to drive forward with the ball, can make things happen, score a goal. He can probably play multiple positions." The former Aston Villa and Tottenham right back continued, "I am not really surprised after the season that he has had that people are looking at him. It will be an interesting one. As long as Trossard can keep his performances to a high level, I am sure there will be others monitoring his situation." Trossard has scored 6 times in 11 Premier League matches this term as Brighton sit 9th in the standings. The versatile forward scored 8 times in the 34 league matches last season and is well on course to breach that tally this time around. Overall, Trossard has registered 24 goals and 13 assists in 115 matches for Brighton. He has also won 21 caps for Belgium, netting 5 times and laying out 3 assists. Arsenal could land Cody Gakkpo for just £26 million, according to The Athletic. Arsenal have been heavily linked with PSV Eindhoven's Cody Gakkpo in recent months. According to The Athletic, the Gunners are among the clubs still chasing a deal for the 23-year-old. Arsenal are up against the likes of Manchester United and Real Madrid, added the report. In addition, Leeds United are apparently eager to sign the Netherlands international. Now, Arsenal and their transfer rivals may have just received a big boost in their pursuit of Gakkpo. According to The Telegraph via Sport Witness, PSV cannot actually refuse an offer of €30 million, £26 million or more for Gakkpo. This is because they urgently need a blow in the transfer market to prevent the season from ending deep in the red. Great news for the likes of Arsenal if true, because they would be landing an absolute top talent for a bargain price. The Gunners tried to bring in a new winger in the summer before focusing on a new midfielder. Ultimately, they failed to sign anyone on deadline day, but with the January window looming, they can try again, and Gakkpo, who has 13 goals and 14 assists from just 21 PSV outings this term, would be a superb acquisition. Director says Arsenal want to sign his player Mykhaylo Mudryk. Arsenal have been heavily linked with Shakhtar Donetsk star Mykhaylo Mudryk in recent months. The Gunners reportedly had sights on the Ukraine international during the summer. However, according to The Express, Edu balked at his £50 million valuation. Mudryk stayed put at Shakhtar, but he kept speculation alive just days after the transfer window shut. Mudryk has gone from strength to strength, getting more and more admiring glances his way. This season, the 25-year-old has registered an impressive 6 goals and 7 assists from 11 outings. Better still, 3 goals and 2 assists have come in the Champions League, showing he can play at the highest level. Now, Shakhtar deputy sporting director Carlo Nicolini has confirmed that Arsenal are eyeing Mudryk, as well as the Gunners. Manchester City are also in the frame for the youngster, and Nicolini suggested that Arsenal and City are the front runners by virtue of being able to spend right away. This is in comparison with the Italians and their low proposals. Nicolini stressed that if Arsenal or any other suitors want Mudryk, they must fork out over £86 million. The headlights are on him, but I say that the Italians always come later, he told calciomercato.it program TV Play via Sport Witness. Now, it's easy to observe him, but it was possible to do it before. The Italians bring low proposals. We don't even sit down to negotiate. There are many English candidates. There is the Spanish on duty, the French on duty, but now it takes the right amount to take him away. Oscillating between Arsenal and Manchester City, they are two teams that have taken an interest in the player, but there are also other clubs that can spend right away. Nicolini rubbished reports claiming Shakhtar valued Mudryk at around £50 million. He stressed that they value the absolutely stunning player as much as Manchester United's Antony, as we reported yesterday. Now also, according to Football Insider, Mykhaylo Mudryk is open to joining Newcastle United next year. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.